Hello students. So in today's class we are going to see about epiphytes. So the epiphytes epiphytes they can the plant which grow perched on other plants. The plants which depend upon other plant for growing. So it's a supporting plants, only a shelter, not for water or food supply. Example: orchids, lianas, hanging mosses, and money plant. If you know the money plant. So without other supporting plant, it cannot stand erect, but it can prepare food and everything. So such a type of plants are called epiphytes. Morphological adaptation of epiphytic plant. So root system is extensively developed and it has two roots, that is clinging roots, aerial roots. Clinging roots fix the plants firmly on the surface of the supporting object. Aerial roots are green colored, hang downwardly and absorb moisture from the atmosphere. It can a special tissue called velamen. Stem is succulent and pseudo-bulb. So Myrmecopyle in the epiphytic vegetation to prevent the predators. Myrmecopyle means the epiphytic plants are always associated with the ants. So the ants become act as a uh, protective protect the plant from predators. So that is called Myrmecopyle. Fruits and seeds are very small and dispersed by wind, insects and birds. Then anatomical adaptation, multi-layered epidermis, thick cuticle, sunken stomata. Stomata was found in it's a pit, within a pit. ஒரு குழிக்குள்ள இருந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். That is called sunken stomata. Succulent epiphytes contain parenchymatous cells. It can capability to store water. Physiological adaptation. So special absorption of water through velamen tissue. Then a special type of halophytic plants which grow on soil with concentration of salts, high concentration of salt. Example: Rhizopora, Zoneraceae, Avicennia, found near the seashores and estuaries. So this is the diagram of anatomical adaptation of plant, epiphytic plant. It shows the velamen tissue, cortex, stele, exoderms. Morphological adaptation. Temperate halophytes are herbaceous, but the tropical halophytes are not herbaceous. A special type of negatively geotrophic roots are found in this plant, that is called nematopause, with pores. So through the pores it can, the aeration also present, it is respire through that root, nematopore roots. Example: Avicennia. You can see the picture of Avicennia, the nematopause. Actually, in all the plants, roots are positively geotrophic, always towards the soil. Here, it against the soil surface and protruded out of the out surface of the soil, and it has minute pores. So that is called nematopause. Through that, it can respire. Then the germination is vivipary. So the fruit, so in the plant itself, after the formation of fruit, it can produce radicle and plumule in the parent plant body itself. And after the development of complete root alone, root stem with 2 or 3 leaves, then only it is fall into the water and start to grow. You can see that structure, and in the first picture the radicle, the fruit becomes the radicle and the stem. The second, it is continuously grow like as bee, and then it is fall into the water and separate, they lead a separate life. So that kind of germination is called vivipary. And then epidermal cells of stem is heavy cutinous, star shaped sclerites, height shaped spicules. Then leaves may be dorsiventral or isobilateral. The leaves contain a salt secreting glands because they are living in the high salt concentration, so it can the capability of excrete salt through salt secreting glands. It was found on the leaves. So seeds germinate in the fruits of the mother plant itself. So such a kind of germination is called